Start out by pulling down the heavens. We're setting our mind because we're entering our practice time for ourselves. So we're breathing in, gather energy from the heavens, breathe out, have it spiral through our body back down to the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. This is called pulling down the heavens. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, we're going to do a short, start getting warmed up, we're going to do a breathing exercise, but it's also going to teach you some Tai Chi skills. In Tai Chi, you're never off balance. So what you're going to do is put your feet at 45 degrees. You're going to bend your knees. In this case, shift to your right leg. And now your foot's going to come up. You're going to put the heel out. So we bent our legs, lift up, shifted all the way to the right leg. Lift this up, put your heel down, and then put your toe down. Then what you're going to do is you're going to shift forward till your leg is straight up and down. So your lower leg, then you're going to come back and step back. Okay, what's going on here? We're bending our legs and we're lifting. So now all our weight's on our back leg. So we're strengthening the major muscles of our back leg and working in our balance. We're stepping out, but we don't put any weight on this foot yet. So we make contact with the ground. We get a good contact with the ground. This is for Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, you're never off balance. So you're stepping out, so you don't want to do this. It's too late. You're already off balance. You bend your knee, go out, heel toe. You're shifting forward. You also, when you shift forward, your knee just goes straight up and down. You don't want to be doing lunging. Now you're going to hurt your knee. Plus, in Tai Chi, your energy is off balance. You're vulnerable. So here we go. So we're just going to do the feet first. So here, bend your knee, step out, heel toe, shift, come back. Heel toe, I'm going to step back so you can see my feet better. Now, bend your knee, shift all your weight to your left leg, heel toe, no weight, shift, and then come back. We'll just do 2 more on each side, switch to the other side, bend, heel toe, weight goes forward, weight comes back. You're on your way to being a Tai Chi master, believe it or not. Here you go. Okay. Next thing, it's a breathing exercise, so you can go on the website or go on YouTube. We do abdominal breathing. So here, breathe in, breathe out. Your chest shouldn't be moving. Breathe in, your lower abdomen relaxes and goes out. Breathe out, you pull your lower abdomen in. One more, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so what we're going to do is, now while you're doing that and your feet, we're going to be doing something with our hands. So when you bend your knees, your hands are going to come up by your face. Then you're going to put your leg out. See, we're building up our balance. You're just going to put your leg out. I'm just lifting my leg so you can see that, my foot so much so you can see that I use all weights on the back leg. So heel. And then when I put the toe down, I can bring this down to my waist. When I shift forward, I'm holding a ball. The ball stays under. And then when we come back, I come back to my face. And then as I breathe out, I stand back up. So we'll just do that. Breathe in. So bend down, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now shift your weight. Come up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now what we want to do is, remember, we often have our minds are worrying, doing too much, so you breathe in, got too much fire in your brain, breathe out, you push it down into your abdomen where you need it. If your abdomen gets cold, you can't digest and eliminate, which is bad. So you want to warm up your viscera and cool off your brain by visualizing energy flowing down. So you're breathing up, breathing in, then breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, if you've been coming for a while and you have, you're going to continue doing this, but if you have any kind of blood pressure problems or balance problems, just stay with this. If you've been coming for a while, you can go to the next level, which is breathe in as you breathe out. Come down if you have any kind of balance or blood pressure problems. You can just stay at your knees or just stay here. Otherwise, you can relax all the way. Try to stretch your back too. Come back up. Breathe in. Remember, you're in charge of your body, so don't overdo it. I'm not there to watch you, so you have to take care that you don't overdo anything. Breathe out. We'll do one more inside. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. All right, we always do, there's 3 movements we always do, which we do them because we want to open up our bodies so that energy and fluids can flow through, and then it receives when you do the other movement, your body accepts them more and they're more effective. So the first one is we want to open up our joints, which are the 9 major gates: hip, knee, ankle, shoulder, elbow, and wrist, and upper, lower, and middle back. So we start out trying to get some blood to go up to our fingertips. And now what we're going to do is open our gates by loosely shaking our body. We're going to go up, going up and down. If we're making a sound, you want to hear You want the muscles to be moving over the bones, the skin over the muscles. You want to have a little shock wave. I'm coming up slightly on my heels and dropping down. You want to keep your knees relaxed so you don't hurt your knees, but you're trying to get your hips to go up and down slightly. Lift your rib cage off your internal organs. Break up the adhesions in the internal organs and in the fascia. Just really loose. It's called Shake the 9 Gates. All the movements have names. So here we go. Come up and then throw any energy out to our fingertips. We're trying to, as we grow old, energy retreats from our extremities, so we're always doing stuff to try to get blood and energy to flow back out. Okay. The next one is where we opened up our joints. Now we're trying to warm up our spine and massage our internal organs a bit. So we're doing that by going back and forth. This is called dragon shakes as whiskers. Your chin, you're turning back and forth. Your chin is following your shoulders, so we're warming up the neck. Our spine, we're staying straight up, so our spine is turning, and because we're turning back and forth, we're giving a little massage to those internal organs. Okay. Now, in Qigong, you use your mind, which is normally by doing something with your eyes. So you're focusing on a point. Pick a point on each side. Just relax. And then, as you get warmed up, you can try to move whatever your flexibility is. You try to move the points closer until, if you can, you want to use the same point. So focus on that point, focus. If you can't do it, it's okay. You're just starting. So if you're seated, you can do this by moving back and forth this way. Just don't have your back up against the chair, so you hit the chair. Okay. So that's called dragon shakes and whiskers. And the last one, this one, once again, the warning is if you have any kind of disc problems, you don't want to do this. So if you have any kind of spinal problems, but what we want to do is we want to open up the space between the vertebrae by doing what's called a crescent pose. So we're trying to get our backbone into a C shape. So we're coming up. Somebody's got our fingers, they're pulling our fingers. That means our arm bones are, coming out of opening up our shoulder sockets, letting blood in there. And then we're going to reach over our shoulders. We're not bending, we're bending into a C. We're not twisting. So you want to come over and you're in a doorway. One hand pushes against one side of the doorway and the other way is pushing a thumbtack into the other door jamb. You're going to come back, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, reach, breathe out. We're going to do one more after this. You want to breathe in, and then as you breathe out, you see you can get a little bit more bend. We're going to do one more. Breathe in, breathe out. All right, we're going to do, it's early summer, and each season has a element. The element for early summer is fire, so that means we want to try to cool fire. We usually have too much fire in our brain, and but it's controlled by the heart, so we want to cool the heart. We don't want our heart to be over excited. You have to learn each element has two organs, so one of the organs is the heart. So to cool the heart, they have what are called healing sounds, which calm that organ. So for the heart, the sound is So if you're trying to calm your heart, each season you use the healing sound. So what you do is you're going to put your hand over your heart. So you're going to be, I'm going to look, in this one I'm going to actually put it over my heart. So it should be on the left side of your body. The other hand comes out. You're going to breathe in and feel it's red. Feel cool red energy flowing down your arm, across and into your heart. And then as we breathe out, what we want to do is we want to push out any stale energy from the heart. And we use the sound. So we go. So these are healing sounds. You go online and read about them. There's one, for instance, the other side is your liver. Anxiety lives in your heart. That's why you're trying to calm your heart. Each organ also has emotions associated with it. Another one is like your liver, which is on the other side. Its emotion is anger. So you try to. Its sound is she. So. And it's a wood organ, so there's a whole system which is explained in the things that I sent out. So what you do is you breathe in, because it's a wood organ, that means it's green, so you cool, jade, green energy flows in, and that sound is she. So if you want to dispel anger, you breathe in, and shh. So in Chinese medicine, your body is considered to be full of vibrations, and you can control those vibrations, which help you like control your emotions and also move energy through your body better. So it's summer. What we're going to do is we're trying to fire. It's a upper body element, and so what we want to do is we're going to do some movements that like move energy through our arms. It's also summer is during the spring we're doing seasonal trainings. We worked on our tendons. Now we're going to work on the small muscles basically in our arms. So what we're going to do is, this is called red palm. So we're going to squeeze your hands as tightly as you can. That's working the forearms of your forearms, yes. And so we're going to breathe in. We want to open up the shoulders too. So we're not just having our arms here, like our arms are being pulled down because we're carrying heavy buckets. Now we're going to reach up, pull on a heavy door, and then we're going to hang from a jungle gym. So the whole time our shoulders are opening up, and then as we breathe out, we're going to go back down. The whole time you're squeezing. So when we squeeze, what that does is it pushes fluids out, and then when we relax, it's going to let blood and energy flow back in. So we're here, we'll just do 3. So we're going to breathe in, reach, squeeze your hands as tightly as possible. Breathe out. Breathe in. You can go forward, you can look up a little bit. Breathe out. The third one now, usually you do 9, but we're trying to move through things today. Breathe in, get to the top. This is the last one. Now you're just going to relax your hands. Let them float down. So breathe in, just relax everything. Use abdominal breathing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, your palms should be red. If you want to check, we do something called flash palms. You squeeze your hands as tightly as you can. We're squeezing all the fluids out there. When you open them up, they're white, but then new fresh blood and energy should flow in, so they should turn pink. Okay, so that was red palm. Where, like I said, one of the ways we move energy and fluids through our body is by contraction. So we contract things, it pushes out the current fluids, and then we relax, new fluids move in. So that's a general theme for one of the general themes for our movements. Okay, we're going to do one more, and then I'm going to just talk a little bit about the Meridian document that I sent out, just so you know kind of how to use it and why you want to use it. So there's a movement that's called Young Boy Praise to Buddha. And this is, once again, we're working on our arms, but at the same time, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going up and down, because as we bend our knees, we want to raise and lower our hips. So we'll just practice that. I know you've lowered your hips before, but here we go. We're going to lower our hips. That means our knees are going to bend. Our toes should be facing straight. If you have a problem, you can turn your toes out, but whenever you bend your knees should go in the direction of your big toes. So if you have your feet pointing straight, when we bend, we're going to bend our knees, but our knees should never go past our toes. So you shouldn't be doing this. See, now you're putting a lot of pressure on your knees. So you can go down, with practice, you can go down lower and keep the lower body straight, but right now you probably can only go down 1 or 2 inches until you practice. So by doing this, what's happening is we're engaging the calves and the major muscles, especially the calves. So what happens is when your calves are your third heart, your second heart is your abdomen, your third heart in Chinese medicine. And what you do is you need to make it pump. It doesn't pump automatically, like when you breathe or when your heart. So what you have to do is you actually have to do movements where your hips are going up and down. That engages your calves. When your calves squeeze, they're going to push all those excess fluid and waste out of your ankles and legs into your lymphatic system. The waste will be carried out and breathed out, and then when you come up and relax, blood flows down. So this is, keeping you from having those big fat ankles from edema. So you want to do things. So whenever we do the movements, we try to engage the lower body too. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up, down. So it's like you're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to Breathe in. Hands going to come together. Then we're going to breathe out. Breathe in. Our hands are going to, back of our hands come together. We turn over. We open our hands like this. This is called monkey offers fruit. When we breathe out, we go into fetal position to massage our internal organs. Then we're going to come up, open up our chest. And then as we breathe out, we're going to clap. So we're back. So it's going to be breathe in, breathe out. We'll go over this in a second. Breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start by our hands are coming together. And our hands, when we put our hands together, we want to clap. That stimulates the meridian points in there. But they're not just there. We're pushing inward. Remember, we're working on our arms. We're trying to get the inside of the arms strengthened. We're going to come down. When we get here, you're going to bring all the fingers together. Bring all the fingers together like they're all touching the thumb. And then you're going to, so you're holding a pencil. And then with the pencil, you try to write on your forearms. So you're here. This is called your crane's beak. Okay, so I'm going to come down. Make 2 crane's beaks. They're going to come up. You're going to come up slightly. And now what you're going to do is you're going to, on each side, the wall's coming in this side. So you're going to push the wall away on this side. And now it's coming. You're going to push the wall away on that side. When you do this, so you're here. We're pressing, working the insides of the arm. Now we're going to make the crane's beak. Because you're trying to pull back and write on your forearm, you should feel these muscles and tendons are being strained. We come up here. When we push the walls away, we're now still working on the forearms. We're trying to flatten our palms, so we're pulling back. So you should feel these muscles now. And then, so we pushed, we come back, the back of the hands are together, we come down, we unzip our jacket, and white ape offers fruit. So monkey offers fruit. And then we breathe out. We're sinking down, working those lower bodies. We're squeezing. So you want to crunch. You're not doing this. You're lowering your body and you're crunching so that we can massage your internal organs. Come up, pull our shoulder blades together, look up, open up that rib cage, get some flexibility in the rib cage, a lot of oxygen, and then breathe out. So much in one movement. So here we go. Come down. So breathe in. Good. Breathe out. One side, the other side. Arms together. Unzip the jacket. Breathe in. Offer fruit. Breathe out. Return to fetal position. Breathe in. Gather the sun. And then breathe out. Stimulate those. We'll just do 3 of these. Coming down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Unzip your jacket. Offer the fruit. Breathe out. Breathe in. Open everything up. A lot of oxygen. Breathe out. Down. Breathe in. Sit down. Breathe out. Breathe out. Come back up. Breathe in. Unzip your jacket. Offer some fruit. Breathe out. Sink down, fetal position, back up, open up the rib cage, breathe out. We'll just do one more. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. All right, I sent around, I'll just quickly go over those. If this is your first time, that's a pretty complicated movement, but you can replay this as many times as you want. It'll be on the website. So I sent around, I wrote a document about your meridians, where your meridians are in your body. Your meridians, you can kind of think of it, if you don't know anything about it, you can kind of think of it as your nervous system. The energy flows through your body through your meridians, and they're in Chinese medicine, they're specific meridians associated with each one of your internal organs. And usually when you practice, you'd like to know where the meridians end, plus energy flows through the meridians in a certain way, and you might need to know that. For instance, during the winter, we do something called bone tapping. During the winter, we're trying to build up our bones. During the springs, we do the tendons, and during the summer, we build up our muscles. So during the winter, you want to do bone tapping or energy washing, and you want to move in the direction that the energy flows through your body. So how do you know that? Well, if you read that document, if you stand in this position, this is called the meridian learning position, at least that's what I call it. So if you're here, either energy is going to flow up from the earth to the heavens, or it's going to flow from the heavens to the earth. Okay, so you're going to have energy flowing up and down. So it's going to go from your toes to your fingertips, and then your fingertips to your toes. Which is which? So what happens is, if you're standing with your back to the sun, so the sun's behind us. So any place the sun's shining on, the energy is coming down from the sun. So when the energy flows through your body, from your fingertips to your toes, it's going to go down the back of your arms and your back and the back of your legs. Okay, and then when it comes up, the earth is dark, and so what happens is the energy coming up from the earth, flowing up, is going to go from your toes to your fingers, but it's going to go on either the inside of your legs or the front of your body. Okay, so we're going to do some energy washing. So what we want to do is we want to stimulate the energy. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're standing this way, we want to follow the direction of the energy, which is flowing from the heaven to the earth, but the sun's at our back, so therefore it's going to go down the back of our arm, and then we're going to turn our hand over, and then when it flows back from our body up to the fingertips, it's going to go up the front of our arm. So we're basically doing this. This is energy washing, right? And now you come up, when you get here, you switch to the other side, so you're going down the back of your arm, the front of your arm, the back of your arm, the front of your arm. Also, when we do bone tapping, you want to follow the directions. So you start out by, you want to build up the round muscles in your body. You want to stimulate them. That generates both more bone density and red blood cells. So you're going to tap your hands. It's called bone tapping. And you want to go in the direction. How do you know which direction? You start in your fingers, because you're going down toward your body. That means you're going to tap the back of your arms. Get here, tap the front of your body, and then when you go back up, you're going to tap inside your arms. So, the back of your arms, front of your arms, back of your arms, front of your arms, back of your arms. Okay, so now, if you're doing the energy thing, we're going to go to our just going to do a little energy washing in our stomach. So what you want to do is you want to help your digestion. So you make a fist and you're going to come up. You come up the right side. You're following the direction of food flow through your intestines. So it's important you do the right way. So you come up the right side, come across down. So we're just getting the energy in our center of our body going. And we're going to stimulate our kidneys. So it's going to rub our kidneys. But now we want energy to go down our legs. So what's happening? It's going down our legs. So that means it's on the sunny side of our body because the sun shines down. So when we're rubbing, we rub down the back of our legs to our toes. And then on the way up, we rub the inside. So it's the same thing. We want to do bone tapping for the lower body, which is important. These are our biggest muscles, so we'd actually like to do a lot of bone tapping on them. So you're going to start by tapping like the head of your femur, but then as we tap going down, we're going down, so we want to tap the back and sides of our legs. And then when we get to the ankles, we come up and and we tap the inside. So this is how you do bone tapping to build up your bone density in your legs. So you want to follow the natural flow of the energy down the meridians. So there you go. So if you read the thing I said, I tried to make a description of how you can remember if you're a beginner. If you've done it for years, obviously, you just go right to the thing. But this is just to pick out, for instance, if you're having headaches, you might want to stretch your gallbladder meridian. It's like, okay, where's that? How do I stretch that? Well, the thing you have to learn is the relationship between the element and the organ. So the gallbladder is associated with it's what's called a hollow organ because it's a bladder. Fluids flow through it, and that means that its energy goes from the head to the feet, right? And it's wood. Wood is an earth, an arm, a leg element. So what it does, it goes from your head down your back. So the reason that you stretch that if you have headaches is because all this is too tight. So you do movements to stretch your gallbladder meridian and rub it and wake that up. So you can do things like this to just try to stretch to relieve back pain and headaches. And it's all because you know where your gallbladder meridian. Anyway, so read the document. There's a previous document that I also published called The 5 Elements, which I tried to explain the relationship between the structure of the elements. Like the easiest one to remember is the season. You start out with wood in the spring. Everything's growing. Wood is growing everywhere. So you remember that the spring is the wood element. What happens with wood? You either start it on fire, or after spring, the first flowers come up and they're all brilliant red, trying to do the elements. So green for spring, red for early summer. Now everything matures, the grass is yellow, that's earth. We're going to harvest everything. Also there's a whole thing about that's the time of life, 33 to 58, where you're building and harvesting everything. Next comes metal, and then in winter it's dark, so that's water. And you go into your cave and you meditate during the winter to build up your bone strength. So anyway, there's a pattern to the whole thing. If you're not interested, it's okay, because the movements work. If you do the movement, if someone says, I've got a headache, do this movement, it works, whether you know it's the gallbladder meridian or not. The movement works without any intellectual content. It's just easier to analyze what's going on and remember things if you know the theory a bit, the traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, so we're gonna, I guess what we'll do is we'll just do a little bit of the calming sound again. Where the universe is filled with vibrations, and so we want to use them to control our body. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to come up, and then we're going to sink down, so we're engaging our lower bodies. When we breathe out, we're going to say the healing sound, and we want to push energy for the fire down. We don't want fire in our brain. We wanted fire in our bellies, not in our brains. We're going to breathe in, and then breathe in, breathe in, and now we're going to leave the practice room. So we're going to pull down the heavens again, and we're going to return to our daily life, but as a better person, because we've done something for ourselves. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out. And then we say, body, mind, we've done something for body, mind, and we congratulate ourselves by clapping. So body, mind.